you know, you've heard me, I mean, the members of this committee's heard me say this before, that I remember when I lived in New York and I went to hear Reverend Ike, and his sermon, the title of his sermon was, "The only thing wrong with poor people is they ain't got no money." And there's always this link between resources and I don't want us to get caught in this whole connection between resources or lack thereof and learning and educating these kids, because that's important. But anyway, let me just say this. We have to remember our history so that we don't repeat it. This is not the first time the state of Texas would have had a voucher program. Do you know when it existed before?
No, sir.
When black students who wanted to go to med school in Texas couldn't go to a school in Texas, but Texas paid for them to go to a school outside of Texas. That was a failing program. And so it concerns me that when we talk about our whole education delivery system, that we don't remember from whence we came, because I'm afraid that we could get back to that real easy. And so I struggle with this because, as somebody said, this has gotten to be political. And that means it's not about parents, it's not about students, it's not about vouchers, it's about Abbott, about the governor. And so that's a failing proposition, as I'm concerned. Because what we got to do is understand that, look, even if we did this voucher program, we're still going to have to improve our public education system.
Yes, sir. I agree with you.
For every student that shows up there, we've got to do something to help that student. And so this is not an answer or a panacea to what's wrong with the education system. This provides, I'm not sure what it does, but I know this, that the students who we've got on the marquee as we're helping, they're not going to get much help out of this. That's not what happens. And I think the evidence of that is certainly indicative in other states that have tried this. And I've looked at it, and I still struggle with it, because I wonder how can we get people to understand that improving our public education system is the strongest thing we can do to help our democracy. You're not gonna have a democracy. As I've said to Governor Abbott, Texas has a risk of greater danger from having an uneducated populace than we do from who comes across the border.